Hi, this is Stevie, Steve and Stevie, but my dad's not here. This is my 1997 XR100. XR100. I paid $300 for it from a friend of mine down in Florida where we used to live when we were doing one of our last trip, getting all the stuff out of our barn down in Florida. It's got bald tires. I got all the parts for it. You know, it's a pretty much complete bike. The only thing that was missing is the side panels. But right now, this one I ended up getting it running, but this intake manifold has a nice globber of silicone that I saw before I got it running. And of course it leaks air. It's got an air leak, so it ran pretty terrible. And so I ordered intake manifold, a bunch of other parts, tubes, air filters, and we had some bars that I put on while I was waiting for parts, and 2-inch bar risers just to get the bars up higher, so it's a little bit more comfortable ride, I think, anyway. I scraped some plastics. This all was black paint like this, and I gotta get some paint stripper to get some of this more hard stuff like here, and it did not want to come off, but where it did come off, it's not anything, it's anything but perfect, but it's not terrible. I gotta get a new number plate because it's beat to oblivion. But anyway, I also ordered a carb kit for $9. So, and because this O-ring on here was leaking, and it's cheap just to buy a whole carb kit that has this 2-cent O-ring in it. And normally you sometimes want to like change the floats out and the needles and seats, but this one's working fine, and since it's a $9 Chinese kit, I don't want to, sometimes the foot level's off, and the jets, especially the jets, are most of the time wrong, or a little leaner or smaller or bigger. They're not perfect like a Kian or a Mikuni, whatever this is. Yes, a Kian jets, but I'm sure it'd be okay, but it's better if it works fine just to replace what's broken, so that way I'll have spare parts. At least that's my take on it. But I'm going to slap this carb back together once I change the O-ring, throw the intake manifold on, and see you then. Okay, so I got this thing all put back together, got it fired up, as you saw in the last clip. This $9 Chinese intake manifold. I would try to find an OEM one. It works, yes, but it is not at all perfect. These holes here, tight, going to the carb, tight, and then it's like cocked out a little bit farther than factory. And this boot, you know, they're always hard after they sit for a while. So what I did is I took torch, I lightly heated it along back here to loosen up this bend, and then up here to make this move a little bit. I was able to push on the carb and get that thing to move back where it's really supposed to be, and work on it with some screwdrivers and stuff. And I finally was able to pop it on there and tighten it down. Now that it sits there for hopefully never take it back apart, it should go in position. But I don't know how much an OEM one is, but it's probably a good investment to get an OEM one. But anyway, I'm going to get the air filter and put it in the air box here, and then put it back together some more, I guess. So let's get to it. So I'm back with this XR100 and the carb floats sticking or out of alignment or just old. It's flooding over. So alright, this is Stevie back with my XR100. And Lynn, he's needs a lot of attention right now. Anyway, got tires on yesterday. I put a Pirelli Scorpion on the front, and a Pirelli Scorpion Extra J is actually the name of it. The Extra J is all you could get in this size, and it's basically just the mini tire, but it's got a nice tread pattern and relatively cheap. Cheapest thing I could find, and I like Pirellis, and I didn't want to buy Dunlops, so that's why I went with those. Chain is way too loose, my fault, plus it loosened a little bit. But now I'm going to tighten that back up and take it for another ride, I guess, so let's get to it.